There's something going on here with Jones's car. Seaton comes down. Oh, brake lock up. Big front brake lock up by Alan Jones there. I thought there might have been something wrong with the car at the pace that he went by.
Jones' teammate Paul Romano's just come into the pit lane as well. And here comes Bow down the inside. Yeah, Jones must have a problem here.
Well, I'd say his problem quite possibly would be that tyre, you know, or the brakes. He certainly doesn't want to relent and give JB that position, but that tyre would be flapping. Bang, 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 bang every time it goes round, and he'd be aware of that. He can't afford another brake lock-up because quite possibly it went down through the canvas. Whether or not he has a brake problem as well, which they have been suffering from for the last couple of races, we're not sure, but it certainly affected his speed.
And since getting by, Glenn Seaton has absolutely scooted away and left this trio for dead by about 60, 70 metres.
Last time around, Seaton actually fired off a lap a couple of tenths quicker than the Holden Racing Team duo up front, so Glenn's got plenty of speed aboard in Heat 2. He's opening up the gap to this battle as well. Wayne Gardner looking consistent and competitive. Certainly had a strong showing in the first heat. He's right up behind the pack leader Ford now, running with Bow in tandem as they try and clean up the Queensland-based Ford of Alan Jones. So Jones apparently coping with some sort of problem. He's not knocking his speed around too much. He's hanging on to Bow. He's coming under fire from Gardner.
Half the length of the main straight between the front runners Lowndes and Brock and this trio.
So Lowndes, Brock, Seaton, Bow. They switch up toward the hill once again. Just behind that group is Mark Scaife. So we take Seager Holden race cam, showing you that battle. Scaife in 7th. He's got Longhurst, Perkins and Richards behind him. So a number of different battles raging throughout the top 10. Look, Alan Jones trying to run down the inside there on race cam, didn't quite pull it off.
The race leader, Craig Lowndes, and he's doing it well from teammate Peter Brock. 1-2 this stage in the second heat. Glenn Seaton in 3rd spot, John Bow is 4th, and Alan Jones in 5th place.
Fantastic. Jones and Gardner banging into one another down the straight there, and Jones is in. I'd say he's in for tyres. He's just pulled up just in front of us. But that's opened the door for Gardner, who's now chasing. Yep, there it is. It's the left front. That was the problem. Now, when he locked that brake for such a long time, it goes through the canvas, and as I said, it could have been going down, but it certainly would have been knocking his speed around his ability to brake.
Well, he's steamed up about that big smoky slide as he gets the power on out of pit lane to try and get back into this battle, but he's lost a lot of time. Craig Lowndes, meanwhile, Peter Brock behind him as they run away once again. 3.5 seconds the gap last time around over Seaton. So we look at this wide shot to show you how the field has become quite spaced out at the front. Here's Seaton hanging on in 3rd position. If he can bring another 3rd home here, these points will be very valuable. But boys, if Lowndes continues to scoop up lots of 20 points at the front, no one's going to be able to touch him.
And in behind him, the danger for John Bow is that he's under attack from Wayne Gardner, and if he drops another place, he drops more points, and his chances in the championship are just out the window.
And Seaton, car looking strong and balanced. Wanneroo Park this afternoon.
Slightly chipping away at the lead.
So Glenn Seaton, it's been a good track for him. Wanneroo came here and won the championship round here last year, but by gee, the blokes up front have got a little bit on you thus far today, Glenn. Glenn can hear me, but we can't hear him. Problem with the microphone there with Glenn Seaton's car, unfortunately. Uh-oh. What have we got here?
Russell Ingall, he's certainly in the wars today, shaking his head. After that little touch, as we mentioned in the start of the first heat, it looks like he's torn the front off it somewhere. I'm not sure whether he's gone off or...
Let's go back to Glenn Seaton. Glenn, you can hear us this time. The blokes up the front just got a little bit too much on you at this stage.
Yeah, they have, Gary. It's pretty hard to try and catch them. We're pushing things flat out all the way, but I think they're playing with us up the front.
Where do you think your car's lacking in comparison to the HRT cars, Glenn?
Just traction.
Yeah.
Traction, and at the moment, horsepower, we haven't got a lot of power at the moment, but we've got a new engine coming on stream that John Sidney is working on, and it's looking very promising. So I I'm looking forward to the endurance races.
Glenn, I'm sure you don't share secrets, but do you run the same compound as the HRT cars? You know, your tyres the same sort?
Yeah, they got the same compound this weekend, so they didn't at Lakeside, but this weekend they have, so it's a pretty equal comparison at the moment.
So how is it their traction so much better than yours?
They've got it right and I've got it wrong, I suppose.
Oh, interesting.
Not going to get any more out of you than that.
Fantastic job running third, Glenn. We'll let you go.
Yeah, thanks, Brad.
Glenn Seaton hanging on in this championship as he tries to close the gap to the Holden Racing Team steamroller out in the front. Meanwhile, John Bauer coming under increasing fire from Wayne Gardner. This is the battle for 4th and 5th position.
And it's the Dunlop battle, really, to see who's going to win that. But see the front of Bauer's car just bouncing up and down as he comes under brakes there. A little bit of shock control. But these cars, you know, it looks like Bauer's car is sliding around a lot at the moment. We see the tail step out there when he gets back on the noise. And Gardner would be seeing all this and he'd be planning a move. JB's definitely hard to get around, but he did it just on the start-finish line, the last one, and we'll see what happens here.
Well, as that battle continues, we've got Andy Raymond with Russell Ingall in the pits.
Yeah, quite a disappointed Russell Ingall too, Marcos. Some work being done on the front of the car. Obviously, a bingle and the temperature's gone up and it's a bit out of control.
Yeah, I had a touch with a couple of cars at the front and off the start, and it tore the front bumper off. I think pieces were gradually coming off and it wasn't getting any air to the radiator, so she started to overheat, so it's too risky now. I mean, the engines are too expensive to stay out there, so came in and park it, but I'll tell you what, I've hit everything not standing at the moment. I hope this is my one and only weekend of this effort.
Only get out of the way in case you hit me. We'll see you in heat number 3.
That's right, thanks.